What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. So we're not going to talk about this, discuss this. Some of you people were running and are still running from having a father. Some of y'all play this fatherless abandonment hustle game, but you're not really saying the truth. And the truth is, you had a father. You just ran away from him. Not in a literal sense, but in a figurative sense. You know, you knew your dad was going to discipline you and give you discipline and structure. You ran from discipline and structure only to self-sabotage yourself and become an adult and need discipline and structure. And now all of a sudden, your excuse is, I didn't have a dad in my life. But you're not telling the whole story, which in one of these upcoming videos, I'm going to get into omission and how a lot of the quote unquote, it's not just single mother households, but the single mother's nuclear family, an extended family, exacerbates this situation and how that spilled over into dating. But so you have this support system that aids you in running from your father. And, to this day, one of the things that I crack up about is if you listen to some of the young ladies talk who are mothers and they talk about their dating prospects and their want to be with somebody, and they're probably looking for a stepdaddy because, they are a single mother, they don't have a problem moving. And women in general, and even some men, it's come to the point where we don't have a problem. It's normal to us that, if you're looking for a man, but you already have kids or a child or kids with another man, you have no problem moving from one city to the next or one state to another state to be with this other man, but you taking a kid with you. And if it don't work out, whose fault? Is it dad's fault? Probably. That's who's going to get the blame. So now we're in this scenario where everything is dad's fault because you ran away. And this isn't necessarily on the kid. That's an adult decision that people think is okay to make. Now, where the kid winds up being an accomplice to these decisions is, as the kid gets older, if it's okay for mom to up and move and change the rules, it's okay as me, the child of mom, to up and change the rules. And if dad is steadfast and like, listen, man, I'm not playing these games with you, then all of a sudden you get to what? Run for the hills because I don't like this. I don't like somebody, holding me accountable for my actions. I don't like somebody pointing out that the fallacy in my argument, or the fallacy in my position, and the fallacy in the way that I'm approaching these situations. That's not cool. So now you got that whole other dynamic. And for me, it's like, what are we talking about? Because all of these fathers somehow, some way, just happen to be viewed as deadbeats and Rolling Stones and serial abandoners. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all don't know how a lot of these stories end. So let me give you the Cliff Notes. When these children become adults, dad seems to have less dysfunction in a general sense. Is less dysfunctional and more organized and more structured and more successful in life than mom. What does that tell you? And now, child who becomes an adult, it's like they are starting from scratch in their adulthood. And where some of y'all really go wrong is You ran away from your fathers, or you were taken away from your fathers, and the only reason you're trying to run back is because he's stable. He's got his stuff together. So now you can run away from him, then run back in his life, and then say, you owe me. And a lot of these fathers got to deal with the concept and the consequence of loving their child, whether they, from, let's just say, teenage to adult years. Teenage is going to be a rebellious phase in there, but as a young adult, then it's this entitlement, as if they've been through more than you. You were taken away, and then you ran away, but then all of a sudden, the only thing matters in these equations are you. It doesn't cross your mind that dad might have got done wrong. You ran away from dad. Now you want to run back to him, with your tail between your legs and get paid for that. And want to use his kindness for weakness. And then there's a big fallout when dads have to cut you off, because now all of a sudden you think the person that owes you for them getting done wrong is a bad person for standing their ground and saying, listen, I'm not here to be used, even by my own child. Culture shock. So what I'm saying, the idea of, a lot of y'all ran away from y'all dad. Y'all not slick. Or some of y'all waiting for your dad to die to inherit something, but you didn't want to build a relationship, because even as adults, when they try to build a relationship, you were hands off. When they were bad dudes, you were hands off. But when they were good dudes, you were hands off also. So it's not a big deal to run away. Thus, it spills into the rest of the other aspects of life. But I'm going to end it on that note. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.